She wrote a children's book about grief after her husband's sudden death. She appeared on TV, speaking about healing and hope, but behind the comforting words and tearful interviews, prosecutors say she was hiding a deadly secret. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're looking at the case of Kouri Richins, a mother, a widow, an author, and now, an accused murderer. Kouri and Eric Richins seemed to have it all. Living in Francis, Utah, they were raising 3 young boys. Eric, a successful stonemason and entrepreneur. Kouri, a real estate agent with big ambitions. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. Or had they already been there right from the start? Kouri and Eric Richins got married on June 15, 2013, with a prenup that established each party did not have any rights to one another's present or future income, property, or assets, except if Eric died while the two were lawfully married. Now, Eric ran a successful stone masonry business, C&E Masonry, a business that had nothing to do with his wife. Kouri started her own in 2019, K. Richins Realty, LLC. She bought homes, fixed them up, and sold them for a profit. Though her family stated that she was quite successful at what she did, Eric's family had a different take. Allegedly, Kouri began stealing money from Eric's accounts, including his business, without his knowledge or permission. According to reports, she used a fake power of attorney to get a $250,000 home equity line of credit on Eric's premarital home, using it to fund various expenses. In addition, she had withdrawn at least $100,000 from Eric's bank accounts and spent more than $30,000 using his credit cards. Kouri also got money from Eric's business, supposedly, to make federal and state quarterly tax payments that the government never received, a total of at least $134,346. On September 2020, Eric discovered what Kouri had done and confronted her. She agreed to pay him back. But that promise didn't stop Eric from consulting a divorce lawyer and an estate planning lawyer in October. He changed his will, formed a living trust, and placed his estate under the control of his sister, Kouri Richins Benson. He also transferred his partnership interest in his business to the trust and designated the trust as the beneficiary of his $500,000 life insurance policy. Kouri wouldn't find out about these changes until after Eric died. Then again, Eric never found out that Kouri had taken out several life insurance policies on him over the years, totaling nearly $2 million. Fast forward to Valentine's Day, 2022. Eric Richins broke out in hives and had difficulty breathing after eating a sandwich that Kouri gave him. He only felt relief after using his son's EpiPen. According to Eric's friend, he believed that Kouri was trying to poison him. Weeks later, on March 3, 2022, Kouri made Eric a Moscow Mule to celebrate a property sale. He drinks it in bed and also consumes a THC gummy. She then went into their son's bedroom to stay with him a while because he was having nightmares. Hours later, she called 911. Kouri claims she found Eric unresponsive at 3:22 a.m., but by the time paramedics had arrived, Eric was already dead. The cause? A fentanyl overdose. Toxicology reports showed he had 5 times the lethal dose in his blood and even more in his stomach. Just a day after Eric's death, Kouri closes on a $3.9 million mansion and throws a party. Days later, she also allegedly drills into Eric's safe and retrieves $125,000 to $165,000. A year after Eric's death, Kouri appeared on local news promoting her self-published children's book, Are You With Me? A story meant to help kids cope with the loss of a parent. She said it was inspired by how her children struggled with their father's death and her own journey through grief. She dedicated the book to "My amazing husband and a wonderful father." Kouri had no idea that the investigation into her husband's death would lead to her arrest just a month later. What are the key evidence against Kouri Richins? Second phone. Investigators found a hidden second iPhone used to communicate with a secret lover and conduct incriminating searches. Internet searches. Her phone contained searches like, "What is a lethal dose of fentanyl?" "How to delete info from an iPhone remotely," and "How long does life insurance take to pay?" Fentanyl purchases. Prosecutors say Kouri bought fentanyl pills twice, once before the Valentine's Day incident and again before Eric's death. Eric's statements. Eric told friends and family he suspected Kouri was trying to poison him. Life insurance manipulation. Kouri allegedly tried to change the beneficiary of Eric's $2 million policy to herself without authorization. Financial motive. She was allegedly in debt over $3 million and stood to gain from Eric's death. Walk the dog. Letter. Kouri wrote a letter to her mother in which she, according to the prosecutors, attempted to coach family members on what to say in court, specifically about Eric's conversation with her brother in which he supposedly confessed to having a fentanyl habit, allegedly witness tampering. Post-death behavior. Kouri threw a party the day after Eric's death and later promoted a children's book about grief, which prosecutors argue was part of a cover-up narrative. Eric's own actions before his death now seem like foresight. From changing his will to removing her from his insurance, he even told loved ones that if anything happened to him, it was Kouri. Today, Kouri Richins is behind bars, awaiting trial. Her defense argues the evidence is circumstantial, but for Eric's family, the weight of their loss and the depth of the alleged betrayal is staggering. Every birthday without a father, every page of a book written by the accused, is a reminder of what was lost. A cocktail laced with poison, a grieving widow turned author, and a truth slowly unraveling in a Utah courtroom. The case of Kouri Richins reminds us, appearances can deceive, and behind every headline is a family still grieving, still fighting for justice. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next upload. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe.